everybody. Welcome back. Episode 7.
I am really happy to have you all with us for episode 7 and maybe the greatest episode yet.
Call it out, yeah.
Yeah, well, it kind of feels like they keep getting better, you know, and not that any of them have been bad, but I just feel like as we've been doing this and everything, not only you and I, our chemistry is getting stronger, but the Muppets themselves, or the characters that we've been pulling out, we've just been having more and more fun with. A big part of that is you out there knowing that you're enjoying it along with us. Thank you so much for that.
We've appreciated your guys' feedback and comments and messages. It's been so sweet and just like lights us up inside. So thank you.
We, I thought it would be a good idea. You mentioned it before, the other episode about referencing how the Muppets we've done so far.
Yes.
That's a good idea, but I also wanted to mention sometimes we're recording these they're pre-recorded obviously, but we do a couple in a row. And at the time we're recording this, the first 2 episodes have dropped.
Yes.
And we can say Animal was in the second one. And I already gotten some feedback from some people already, but I didn't get from some of our listeners at the station and just from some random people I've seen, just gifs of Animal. Like that's all, just
that's
with a big heart or something like that. So again, thank you.
That's so sweet.
It's really humbling to get that kind of feedback and everything. We appreciate it.
Definitely, and we can't wait to continue this Muppet journey with all of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start the show.
Well. Or were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say, I was going to intro the Muppets. I was just going to lead you into it because I completely am bad at it. I don't know where my memory is today.
So it's gonna land on my shoulders.
No.
Okay.
I'll try to help.
No, I can do this. Okay. So, Marvin Suggs, Animal, Lips, Sweetums, Ralph, Beaker. Right?
Yeah.
Did I miss anybody?
Did we get Lips? Did we?
I think
You did. Yeah, nicely done.
Somebody will tell us.
Oh yeah.
You messed this up.
Yeah.
Hand over the podcast
First comment in there.
Right.
You
guys are the worst.
That was good.
That's going to be really interesting as they come
on.
on.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be psyching myself up before you come here for recording.
I'm keeping track of my notes and everything, and I'm trying so hard not to look at them while we're doing that. So we'll see how long I can go before I'm like,
I saw you peeking.
No.
Well, let's pick out of the Muppet Fact / Quote hat. Get this show started.
Had a fact the last time.
Yeah. Okay. We have our paper picked. See what it is. I always feel like I have a hard time unfolding.
Me too. I'm the worst unfolder and page turner, it feels like.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Just a quick story, not to anticipate what this is, but I was one of the last weddings I officiated, or second to last. I have a paper binder up there, and I try not to read off of it too much, but it's there as a guide. And I was having such a hard time turning the page. And it's one of those things where it's it's only a few seconds, but to you, it's been eternity.
Hours go by,
Yeah, and I had no microphone for this either. I don't think, maybe it did, I don't remember, but I was I said something paper's tricky, huh? At this person's wedding. Thankfully, I got laughs, but...
That's great.
But
that's
God.
good.
Thank you.
One of the universal feelings in life, I think, is that.
Yeah.
Is having people watching you in something that should just, in any other moment in your life, takes a half a second tops.
Yeah.
But now, at this moment, when everybody's eyes on you, 5 hours it takes to turn a page.
Literally, yeah.
It all of a sudden becomes 500 pounds. It's just trying to move the page.
Exactly.
There's no center to grab or anything. It's so relatable.
Well, with that being said, we have a quote.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I always tried to present a positive view of the world in my work. It's so much easier to be negative and cynical and predict doom for the world than it is to try and figure out how to make things better. We have an obligation to do the latter. Jim Henson. I'm gonna cry. There's no one that's like Jim Henson, and Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
So
Our friend Jim.
I almost knew that one word for word.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one's
gosh.
one of those ones that another crazy part of my brain. I'm a big quote guy. I think
Yeah.
a good quote is like a short story.
Ooh.
That
Yeah.
there's so much there they unpack.
Mhm.
There's so much, and I don't know. Coming from such a reader family, but being so bad at reading and having minor dyslexia that wasn't diagnosed and all these things,
Yeah.
I always struggled not only with my own self-worth but intelligence, and reading was a big one on that. But I could remember quotes, I could read quotes, and there's a lot of there's some quote masters in history, people that obviously like Oscar Wilde and people like that and everything. But in modern history, I think that Jim Henson is one of those people.
Absolutely.
You Google Jim Henson quotes, and oh my gosh, like the
Yeah.
things that pop up and everything.
So just paving like a trailblazer for words as well.
Yeah.
Like Rainbow Connection, like
Mm.
that whole song. I was
Whole
thinking
song.
about that today. Like that whole song is just poetry. It's so
Mhm.
beautiful.
I think that song right there is one of those ones that when we're looking for moments that we need to calm things, just play that over some loudspeakers. Just give it a shot.
Yeah.
See, maybe it'll stop whatever's going on. It's worth a
Exactly.
chance, because if anything could, it would be that song.
Yeah, that's my father-in-law's favorite song.
That's cool. It's a great song.
It really is, yeah. And I don't know if I told you about the tattoo that I want to get. It's for like this is before the show started, but for the Muppets and for that song, I had a different idea, but Matt actually gave me a new spin on it. But I want to get like somewhere on like my forearm, like a now I'm gonna forget, like a rainbow, canoe, and then a banjo.
Oh.
For the like in a little stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that.
Oh,
song,
that's
'cause
good.
I have a lot of. I won't get like super into it, but I have a lot of deep feelings about that song as well, as like probably many other Muppet fans. But yeah.
I want to hear more about it after this.
Yeah.
You guys don't get everything.
Sorry, fade to black.
It'll be on the director's cut. That'll be,
Right. Yeah, I'll tell you about
That's
it.
Cool.
Another quote that I love of Jim Henson's that it blows my mind that he put the words together for it. There's not a word yet for old friends that just met. 'Cause isn't that just beautiful?
God, yeah.
So
It's another
beautiful.
hit. So yeah. Oh.
I love it.
But so let's take a second though with his quote right here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just to dissect. I don't think it needs a ton of dissecting or anything.
Yeah.
But just for a second to look at it, and because I think in this day and age, in 2023, how important it is to really take a quote like this and let it sink in, let feel this. That he's not preaching. He's saying, I've always done this. He's not trying to tell others you should live your life this way or anything like that. I think that's a big part of why the quote hits people so much. And I think that whether you are an optimist or a pessimist, whether you are in the middle, no matter what, you have moments of this or that. Even as a pessimist, you have moments of hope. As an optimist, you have moments of pessimism. You get that in that quote. He's giving you that. He's telling you that word for word almost. Yeah. But yet coming around to, there's always a silver lining. There's always a reason to be hopeful. I genuinely believe this. I'm not just saying it. I think that the strongest thing in the universe is the human spirit. Yeah. The animal spirit may be the only thing that competes with that to me. But no metal, no stone, no rock, nothing competes with that. We've got tons of evidence in human history to show you. The fact that we're here as a species is shocking, is amazing. Let alone everything we've done, going to the moon, going to the depths of the ocean that we have and everything. Yeah. I know it's really easy to be cynical, like he says. It's very quick. It's easier to frown than smile, as our mothers have told us many years. And you were right, Mom. And your mom was right, and yes, they were right. But it's to me the bravest, strongest, most tough, like hardcore people in life are the hopers, the dreamers. Those are it's so much easier to be cynical as somebody who spent the majority of my life that way. Yeah. And how meaningful it is to come on this side of it, to where now my brain can't help but see silver linings. It's night and day, and this is a better world. This is a better life to be able to live my life this way. I think quotes like that, people like that, are a big reason why I came around to it. certainly you and your brother and sister are the biggest reason, but man, I can't imagine living my life the way I had the first 20 some years or whatever, and still being that guy. That guy wouldn't be doing this. That guy wouldn't be, oh, I gotta work this, I gotta do that or whatever. I don't get to this place without quotes like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, quotes are important to me, and
Yeah.
I like them. And I took this in a way different direction than I meant to, and I just remembered that we're recording this, and got very embarrassed. I get
No, don't
talking
be
with you.
embarrassed. It's okay.
Maybe other parents get this or not. I don't know. I know my mom and dad have mentioned it before. There's nothing like when you get talking to your kid, and all of a sudden the whole rest of the world just kind of like evaporates sometimes, and you're just really,
Yeah.
and you forget that you're being recorded and it might end up on YouTube.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
That was a good quote. That was a good
Yeah, absolutely. And I today I also watched, because we were gonna do a recording
Yeah.
and everything. Kermit the Frog has a TED Talk.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
got to see it, but I heard about that. Yeah.
And
Oh, good.
I can't remember the exact wording, but he refers to Jim Henson as, I want to say it was radically optimistic or something like attached to
Yeah.
optimism. And ever since I was little, that's how I've always seen myself and how I've always been, is like a radical optimist. And being an optimist is the most radical thing you can be in this world. So I think that was one of the reasons why I just gravitated towards the Muppets so much, is because the whole show is soaked in it. It's so optimistic.
Yeah.
Gonzo gets hurt so much, but he still wants to do so many
Keeps
stunts.
going. He still keeps getting in that cannon. He
Yeah.
still keeps getting in that cannon, even if he gets, you know.
Way to go, little buddy.
It took me a long time to come around to this. My mother used to call me her rebel without a pause.
Yeah.
And I have had that, that's the kind of person I've always been, but I was on that cynical side of things and on that other side of it. Being on this part of it now and having, I think that it is more rebellious. You're right. I think I think the modern rebels are romantics. I generally think that it's more on the curve there nowadays to be those kind of people and to have that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be proud about you. That is one of the things I'm most proud of you with. And
Thank you.
I want to put in bubble wrap and keep safe for the rest of your life. I want you to stay that person. Only
you.
grow and evolve, you know. But and I believe you will. But it's not easy to be that kind of person.
No,
And
it's not.
to still be that type of person. I know you're young, but especially at 26 and everything, I think that's very impressive.
Thank you.
Oh, it's time.
Yeah, you get the honors. What Muppet are we gonna have this episode?
Oh boy.
Who's gonna follow up Beaker?
It's tough. We've had a couple
Or
in a
Muppet
row
movie.
here.
Yeah, we haven't had a Muppet movie yet.
Oh.
What do we got?
This is cool. We got Zoot. We got
Zoot!
Zoot. We got Zoot.
Woo! The
Um,
mystery man.
We are on the verge of like wrapping up the music of the Mayhem Band.
I was
Like
just
in the first
thinking
couple
that.
of these, we're
Yeah.
getting a lot of the Mayhem Band. In
Yeah.
here. So Zoot. I growing up a big jazz fan. Whenever I thought of Zoot, I always thought of part of the thing I went on a rabbit hole down the other day was because I was dying to find out if Jim Henson was a jazz fan. Because so many of his Muppets, yeah, it seems like there seems to be parallels there, and I don't know, maybe it was an accident, maybe it was just it happened to work out that way.
Yeah.
But I always thought Zoot was the combination of John Coltrane and Miles Davis. His look and the few times we hear him talk, it's a little similar to Miles. Miles had a very deep, beautiful, dark voice, baritone voice, and everything. And John Coltrane had this more kind of like almost gentle with you knew there was strength, but it wasn't used. It could be, but he didn't use it, kind of thing. And Zoot, well, we don't really hear him play or anything like that. The character just always came across that way to me.
Yeah.
And I love his look. I got one of the better looks of all the Muppets.
Very iconic. Yeah. He's well dressed. He's a snazzy man.
He is snazzy.
Yeah.
Sure is snazzy.
I think, I said man, Muppet. I think that's how I would describe him. He's like, he's a little aloof. A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not in the band, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Unless you directly interact with him, he's like, oh, yeah.
That's a great point to make too about that band. Might have been why they didn't tour more. Might have been.
Yeah, could be.
That animal. It's gonna be
just
tough.
A little liability.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Getting the insurance from the venue might have been tough sometimes.
I also, if I was like in Zoot's proximity, I think something I would ask him is what hair product he uses, because his hair always looks so nice.
It did. Yeah, great hair. Great.
Yeah, I feel like you could cosplay Zoot actually with your hair. Just dye it blue.
Oh, definitely. I would do it. I would do that.
There you go. Halloween.
We might have our next couple of Halloween costumes lined up here and everything. You and I don't know. That's,
if you had to pick a Muppet for me to dress up as for Halloween, what would you assign me with?
Oh, is that good? So immediately I had Big Bird pop in my head. It's not a Muppet, I know.
I love Big Bird.
But that's great. That's great. It's not the same. I know it's not technically a Muppet, but under the universe, under the universe. I just to keep things going. I'll go with that.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think that's good. You could do how about for me? How about
aside from Zoot?
Yeah.
Because I think that I would pick.
Yeah, you got it right there.
I think that I would do. I think I would do Ralph.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
with
good.
like your connection with him, but I also feel like you could probably like nail his voice.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. That is good. Nice. Okay. So.
All right. So we've got snazzy, melancholy, mysterious, sleepy Zoot.
So yeah, which is very fitting.
Yeah.
I think even if you didn't know Zoot, we gave a pretty good description. You're gonna know him once you see him.
And he is the saxophone player for Electric Mayhem.
Yeah. You especially at the time that band formed, you were nothing without a saxophone player. Like late '70s, especially the '80s. Every hit song, sax solo. Gotta have the sax solo.
Yeah, gotta have it.
You didn't even know there was a sax player in that band. All of a sudden, whoa, saxophone. It just
I kind of like this song.
It just couldn't be a hit unless it had a sax solo, or something like that. So Zoot, integral part of music, integral part.
All right, let's put Zoot in a situation with this Muppet. Okay. Oh. What leading role would this Muppet be casted in if a classic movie was getting refilmed as a Muppet casted movie?
Wow.
So maybe we should define like a classic film.
Oh,
first.
sure. Yeah. Well, I think, and I hope the audience does this. We really encourage you guys to play along at home. Like when we're doing this and stuff, don't talk over us. But
don't be rude.
No, go ahead. But I think for those out there that whatever a classic is to you, I think.
Just to piggyback off of that, Matt and I had dinner with his parents last night, and I told you his mom's been listening to the show, which is so nice.
Thank you.
And she said that she was kind of thinking of questions while she was like listening to us.
Oh, cool.
She's like, well, what did I say? So we highly encourage it. Super fun.
Do you have a thought? Because one popped in my head right away.
Well, I want to hear it.
Casablanca.
Oh, see, that's one I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah?
It's on my list to see it. And every time I say that, like, I get mixed reactions. I know that it's a classic and I want to see it.
Yeah, and I don't know how well it's aged, certainly, and that certainly should be noted.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, even if you can put that aside, there are some performances in it. It may be Bogey's best performance, and that's saying something. For Bogart, I think, was a very good actor. You don't need me to say that. His legacy is set. But there's some moments in there where his delivery feels like Zoot would be perfectly made for it and everything. And I don't think he'd have to change his costume too much.
Oh,
I think the costume would fit the role in very, very well.
Well, if it's a Muppet casted movie, they might need that. Budget-wise.
Yeah, that was easy.
Every Muppet movie is about them not having the
It's true. I didn't think about that until I watched the modern movie and everything. And I'm like, wow, they're still dealing with this 30 years later.
They need a new treasury.
I'm a big fan of Kermit. I think Kermit is incredible, and how he's kept that show and that band together for so long and everything. But you gotta wonder about his mind. How good is his economics? I don't know how good Kermit is with numbers. Yeah, it's true. He is just a frog. I'm expecting too much.
Everything. Oh my gosh. I guess the first movie that popped in my head was The Princess Bride.
Oh,
because that's just a classic to me.
Yeah, love that.
But I don't know what role I would put him in that movie because he doesn't talk a lot. So
My name is Indigo Montero.
That's what I thought.
My father. Oh my god.
That's what I
thought. I kind of like him there. I wouldn't mind him as Fezzik. I think that he'd be a fun Fezzik. Very weird to see him in that part, but I think that would work. That's not bad either. But how about? Because I was trying to think of, I think I gave too easy, low-hanging fruit answer with Casablanca because the costume is a little sophisticated and everything. I was trying to push myself. I like the idea of putting him in a rom-com.
Okay.
I like that idea. But to go with what you're saying, God.
That's when you said rom-com, I'm trying to think of like a classic rom-com that he could be in, but I can't think of one.
Well, I think you can put him in Romeo and Juliet, like the original rom-com.
Oh.
Sort of. But as long as you don't watch the ending.
Right.
If Hollywood was to do, like, maybe they're a little better nowadays, but old Hollywood, if they were to get a hold of Romeo and Juliet, completely different ending. There's no way they would allow that ending. They run off, they completely run off together or something.
Well, if we go off of the Princess Bride one, I do like, because I had that thought too, of Zoot being in that role. What other Muppets would you cast in the roles of Princess Bride? Well, I think the Buttercup and Wesley are kind of already written.
Yeah. You gotta have Kermit and Miss Piggy in those. But to go off of what you're saying, I remember where I was going with that.
Oh, okay.
I also like the idea of putting him in as a villain. Like, I don't think of Zoot as a villain, but I like to see him play one. I think it might be fun. The five-figure man or something like that. What was it? The prince's name, Pumperdinck or
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck. Yeah. Never say that name. Never say that. Humperdinck. No, you never had it so good. So good. Such a great class.
I love Billy Crystal.
Good. With a nice banana. A little mayo on the side.
I feel like now his name is escaping me. Andre the Giant. His character.
Fezzik. I think it was Fezzik.
you just said that. I feel like Sweetums would do a good job in
that
role.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, you know what? I want to see Gonzo as the Man in Black, or the Dread Pirate Roberts as Wesley.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Gonzo as Wesley.
Oh, he is a romantic.
I know you got Kermit in there.
Yeah.
And I think Kermit in that audition, Kermit's going to get that role, and he probably earns it. He's very versatile, and he's proven it as an actor.
Yeah.
But I just had an image of Gonzo as the Dread Pirate Roberts, and with that nose sticking out, I can't get it out of my head now. It's so good. Again, so homework for somebody out there. Some graphic designer, please. I need that in my life.
And would you still have Piggy as Princess Buttercup?
Yeah, because I really like her in that role. I like the idea of her doing, but I like her doing it not as Robin Wright did it. I like her doing it as Miss Piggy, like not even trying to act, just being Miss Piggy in that role.
Oh my gosh, Farm Boy, go get me this.
I think we are onto something here. I think the next podcast is us casting the Muppets in classic movies.
Where we pick a random movie.
Yes, and we cast who's going to be in what role and everything.
Now we got it.
We got this.
All right.
We got the next podcast.
Season 2.
So good. Is it my turn with this one?
Yes.
Okay. What would we...
this Muppet.
Yeah, what was this Muppet?
Or would you?
Would you, yes.
Getting all our hats mixed up.
Would you be roommates with this Muppet?
Oh, interesting.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
I was wondering when this one might come up. And I kind of expected it to come up with Animal. I really thought for sure, like, it was going to, like, almost certain it was going to come out with Animal.
Yeah.
Which, oddly enough, I don't think Animal would be the worst roommate I ever had. So I think I'd roommate with Animal. I think I'd roommate with Animal. But with Zoot, roommating with Zoot, I almost feel like this one's too easy. in some ways.
What's your answer?
Because you brought up before about him being kind of like quiet and mysterious and everything. I think that's a lot of roommates when you first, like, especially in college, and you get there and you don't know who's going to be in the room with you, and you're getting to know them. They tend to they start out that way, people in general.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be easy to go into the flow of things. Where I think it would be a catch is he's still that way a month or two in, and you don't know him anymore. You don't know him any better than you did when you first met him.
Yeah.
And there's where the macabre, kind of mysterious comes in. And like, I don't know if I can trust him or not. Now we know Zoot's cool, but somebody that don't know him, like you look at Zoot, maybe you don't know, maybe you're unsure. Like he's got the glasses on the whole time. You never see his eyes. I don't even know if he has eyes. Is he blind? I'm not sure.
What's
they never address
deal?
it.
I feel like my only reservation is that I think it would be hard. I don't know for sure. It's like a toss-up. It might be hard to get him to pitch in on chores.
Yeah. Oh, okay, chores.
Yeah.
I was thinking rent. Like
Not
right
true.
away, I thought you don't count on him for rent. You better have another roommate. You better have somebody with some pockets. Somebody.
Yeah. So I feel like he'd be, on his way out the door for band practice, and I'd be like, Zoot, the dishes, remember?
Yeah,
and
you
he's
said
like, yeah, and he leaves.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
And I'm like, okay, I've got the dishes, I got it. Yeah, that's my only reservation. I think that he would be a respectable roommate, because he's probably just gonna sleep a lot, but.
Ooh, here's something I don't know if we thought of though. You know how this works too. You're not just gonna have Zoot as your roommate. The mayhem is going to be coming. They're going to be spending crashing on the couch sometimes.
You're right. I didn't think
so
of that.
You immediately are bringing the tooth and the animal and all of them in there.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's good. It depends how big our
Now I'm
place
thinking
is.
about it. Now I'm really
But he doesn't pay rent. He doesn't do chores.
Now I'm wondering how he stayed in the house at the Muppet Show for so long. I'm starting to wonder.
I feel like they just all have to live together.
Yeah.
It's just
Then it's not so bad when he's sharing a bed with everybody else and everything. Oh man, I just realized we finished. We're done with the episode already.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I went by like that.
I know. I feel like since the first episode, it just feels more and more like that. Like it goes by really quickly. But it's just so fun.
We'd love to hear from you and how you're enjoying the episodes and your feedback and everything. Please feel free to.
Yeah, we just super appreciate you guys listening and being here with us. And I know I mentioned this, I think in our third episode, but ever since the first episode, it just feels like there's another invisible person there while we're doing this, and that just means a lot to us.
When earlier when I had that kind of brain stop, I was actually expecting you to talk. I was expecting you to jump in.
You can jump in at any point.
It's a perfect moment for you to jump in right there.
But it's okay if you're shy.
That's all right.
Fine.
Take your time. Take your time.
Maybe by episode 20.
We'll get there. And we'll meet you there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. And if you want to support the show, as always, you can find us at What the Muppet Pod on YouTube and Instagram, and shoot us an email if you have any questions or thoughts or hopefully no concerns.
Yes. You can keep that. No, please, take it off. And thank you again, everybody. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll catch you next episode.